Yo, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be ranking the 32 NFL teams based on my own personal bias on how much I like them or used to like them. I'm not going to be taking too much in consideration to their actual stats and performance. I will admit whenever they're a good team, but I'm just going to be mostly, focusing on my own bias. If you like this type of video, because I sure as hell like making them, drop a like and a subscribe and turn on post notifications down below. Anyways, I would just want to go through these tiers really quick. The elite is pretty much being reserved for my team. I'm not going to say who it is just yet. I'm going to let you stay tuned, and let me just say, you stay tuned. You'll probably hate me when you see my favorite team. But I'm going to leave my team at the elite. Everybody else, like good will be a tier, like it's okay, I like them. They aren't my team, but I'll root for them if they're playing against somebody I don't like. And I just typically maybe want to see them win. The okay tier is going to be the tier where it is basically I don't dislike them or I don't like them. They're kind of just okay. I would be happy to see them win, but I don't care if I see them lose either. Let me put it like that, because there's definitely some teams that I root for more than others. The next one is bad. That means that I just really don't like them. I'm not going to be the angriest if they win a game every here and there, but I will put them at bad just because it's like, okay, I just don't like them, and I won't be rooting for them ever like the other two tiers in my tier. But that's pretty much the bad tier. The awful is going to be the teams I despise the most, and I already know some teams up in my head that are freaking cooking under that tier. Anyways, those are the 5 tiers that I'm going to be working with this time. Let's get right into this. First up is Patriots. Just quick little, history lesson for you here. This team is the team I despised for the longest time, just because I didn't like Tom Brady and I didn't like them winning 6 Super Bowls, because it was just back to back every year. We all know how this story goes. But right now, after Tom Brady left, they got Drake May in. I think they've become a team where it's like, okay, like now I just kind of want to see them win, but I don't care if they, win a lot or not. So I'm just going to put them at the okay tier, because I don't really dislike them anymore. I started liking Tom Brady a lot more after he left the Patriots than I did when he was with them. I've noticed that. Same thing with Gronk, but I always liked Gronk even when he was with the Patriots. Next up is Bengals. Bengals was a team that I've been indifferent to. Like, I really liked Joe Burrow, but before Joe Burrow came in, I really just was like forgetting. Like, I just forgot that they existed for the longest time. I think it's only suitable that I put them in the B tier, because like right now it's like I'm gonna be okay if they win a game, but them winning a game is gonna be the hard part, because goddamn Joe Burrow does not have an offensive line to be standing behind. Up next is the Saints. Now, do I have any hatred for the Saints? I do not. They're a pretty bad team, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think where I would want to put them. I can't even really name anything that the Saints are doing except just existing. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna put them at the okay tier. Like, I don't care if they win, I don't care if they lose. They're just kind of like there for me. Up next is Steelers. This is another good history lesson for you guys. Whenever I lived in Pennsylvania, I was surrounded by Steelers fans, and I think the fans in places I grew up really inflicted a bias on me, because like now it's like I do not want to see them win. I want to put them in the bad tier just because I do not like the Steelers, and I am like really happy that they got A-Rod, because I don't think he's going to do good for them. I think he has played 2 years past his limit. I think he shouldn't be playing another year. I think last year should have been the year he retired, and retired with the Jets. So I'm going to put them at bad tier. Up next is 49ers. The 49ers are a team I actually kind of like. Like, if I'm not rooting for my team, sometimes I'm rooting for their team, since we're in the same conference. But I don't really root for them too often. I do know, like, I stopped really watching 49ers since their last Super Bowl appearance. In their last Super Bowl against the Chiefs, I definitely was, rooting for them. So I'm definitely just going to put them at good. Like, I will root for them every now and again. They are not the team that I would, go out of my way to root for all the time, but they're definitely up there. Now, Cardinals. I am a sucker for underdogs, and I really feel like the Cardinals are really bad, and that's really unfortunate. because there's just teams in here in this league that are just always going to be dominant. They're always going to be good. I always want to see an underdog come in and take the picture. So I would put them in the same position as I put 49ers, just for different reasons. And that's just because, like, I want to see underdogs win. I love a good underdog story, and they're always bad. What did they end last year? Quick searches that they went 4-13. So it's like they're not that good. I also like Kyler Murray. I think he's kind of funny since like all the COD memes and like he's got to go home and play Fortnite and Call of Duty. So I'm gonna put them in the good tier because I really do like a good underdog story. Not the same as why I put 49ers here, because I think they are, you know, an actually good team most of the time, not all the time. And up next is Falcons, which the Falcons, I really do kind of like not enjoy it. Like, I was in Georgia as well. I moved around a lot. So I'm just going to put them at the okay. Like, I don't root for them the same way that I root for these guys. And I think it's just because of like a homegrown situation where you just grow tired of certain teams. And when you live in Georgia, Falcons are unfortunately the only team, unless it's Jaguars, to which I don't really like the Jaguars either, but I don't root for their downfall. Up next is Ravens. Now the Ravens, since I was always like, you know, in Pennsylvania with Steelers, I just grown for a hatred of most of the AFC North teams. So when I get the Browns, it's going to be the same thing. But I do like Lamar Jackson, and I also don't like the Steelers. So I'm putting them at the okay tier. Bills. Now this is a good one. This isn't my team, but I think I'm going to have to make a compromise here. Because I've always told myself, because I really like the fan base of the Bills, I really like Josh Allen, I just like everything going on with them. I think if I were to have an AFC team, it would be the Bills. So I think it would be only suitable for me to put the Bills in the elite tier. Of course, they're going to move whenever my actual team shows up, because I got to put my team first. But with that being said, I really do want to see Josh Allen win a Super Bowl, because like I love his story about how he came up and was emailing recruiters like, hey, just give me a chance. And he got his chance. He got his chance, and he became, you know, a multiple AFC contending, you know, quarterback. So I really love Josh Allen, and I really love that. Now, up next is Panthers. Now, this is a good one. I don't hate the Panthers. I definitely root for the underdogs here, like I was saying earlier. But I don't know if me living an hour away from where they play is giving me more of like a vibe where it's like I don't want to put them in this tier for the same situation that I don't like the Steelers, because I was homegrown there, and I don't like the Falcons as much. I think it would be best to say that they deserve to be in the okay tier, because it's also an underdog story. I would definitely want them to, you know, win one, but I don't know if they are going to anytime soon with Bryce Young, and I don't think he's developing enough, not like when he was at Alabama. So I'm just gonna leave them in the okay tier. Now Bears are up next. I really don't like the Bears. Like, this is completely throws a wrench inside what I was saying, but I don't like the Bears at all. Like, I can't put them at awful, because I don't despise them to win, but I definitely don't go out of my way hoping to see them win. And they also held us to a tight game a couple years ago that ended with a field goal. So I got to put them at. We won that game, but it was way too close. We shouldn't have played like that whenever we played them. Now up next is the Browns. I really cannot stand the Browns. I can't stand their organization. I can't stand their franchise. I don't like that Deshaun Watson is getting a pass and still playing because of his lawsuit. So I'm going to put them at awful, because I'm always going to be rooting against them. And same thing with Cowboys. They hold on to the 90s like it's their baby whenever they have not been good. I like Dak Prescott. Like, as a person, I think he's really great. I don't think he's good at quarterback, but man, do I hate the Cowboys. I always love to see them lose. That's the best, because nothing's better than an upset Cowboys fan. Up next is Broncos. Now, I really do like the Broncos. I wouldn't say like they deserve to be in these bottom three, so I'm definitely going to put them in good. But the reason I like the Broncos is because, like, a few years ago, 2021, they lost, what was his name, Demaryius Thomas. A few years ago, they lost Demaryius Thomas, and, like, I liked them when Peyton Manning was with them. I liked them whenever they did their honor for the week after against the Lions. I just can't say I dislike the Broncos. I definitely am not going to put them lower than this, even though right now that they are like a team that is needing some rebuilding still. I'm going to put them at good. Same thing with Lions. Like, I don't think a team can be so bad its entire history for me to put them lower than good, because I really want to see them win. I want to see them go far. Like Dan Campbell, he reminds me of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't think I have to explain why, but I'll put a picture up right here for their side by side. They just give off like the same energy, I feel like. So I'm going to go ahead and put them right here. Now here's the next one, Titans. I really like that the Titans came up. So their quarterback is Will Levis, and he was our backup quarterback a few years ago when he was at Penn State. I'm a Penn State fan, and I'm not going to rank the college teams because fuck that. That is too many. But I like the Titans. I like Will Levis. I like what they got going on. I'm going to put them at okay, just because I think Will Levis is really funny. Green Bay. Here's a good one. So ever since I don't dislike Jordan Love. I definitely think he's decent, and I'm also basing this off quarterbacks mostly, it seems, but there's a reason. I don't dislike Jordan Love, but man, these last few years we've been playing Green Bay a lot, and they're not even in our exact division in the NFC. So I'm gonna leave them at okay. Like, I don't want to root for them to lose, but I'm not disappointed if they win either. So it's like I'm gonna put them there. I want to see them do good. I want to see Jordan Love become better, even though he's really good at throwing interceptions. I want him to unlearn that and start being a better quarterback too while we're at it. Texans is up next. Now, I said I was a Penn State fan. Now this is crazy. They're kind of underdogs in my eyes. I want them to go far. Like last year or a few years ago when CJ Stroud came in, they went to the playoffs, and it's like, wow, CJ Stroud's really good. I didn't like him at Ohio State because I'm a Penn State fan, but I definitely will now root for players. Like, I can't root for players in pro because of the teams that they were on in college. Like, I can overlook their college time for their pro time, and also admit whenever they're good players. Like, I also like Jeremiah Smith, but I won't go rooting for Ohio State now. So I'm going to put them at good. I really want to see underdogs win all the time, and the same thing goes with the Colts. The Colts are terrible. Simply put, they're just terrible. Carson Wentz went there. He was our quarterback for some time, so I followed his journey. I was watching what he was doing. I like him as a person. I really like what Carson Wentz does with the AO1 Foundation outside of football, so I'm definitely going to put them at good. Now, up next, I don't even know if Carson Wentz is even playing anymore. I just don't follow the Colts, but I know he was on the Colts. Up next is the Jaguars. So what's so good about Jaguars is that I actually hate them. I hate Trevor Lawrence. I hate their team, and I hate Tia Stadium that rechanges its name every 2 years. I also lived an hour away from Jacksonville when I was in Georgia, so I think it also made my hatred for them grow, because they would sit there and just be annoying. If it wasn't Falcons fans, which were more rare than Jaguars fans, I definitely did not care about Jaguars. Oh boy, here we go. Kansas City. I cannot stand Patrick Mahomes. I think he's arrogant. I think Patrick Mahomes is arrogant. Like, he has moments where he's more humble than his brother and girlfriend, who ride off his own success, but he still has moments where he is very arrogant. And also, let's not forget, like, the whole entire fact that 5 referees were just fired for rigging games that were in part with Chiefs. What was it? It was 5 get demoted, 5 or 3 of them were fired and 5 of them were demoted, so there was like 8 total. I'm gonna put a prompt on the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. But no, I'm actually gonna put them at the top of the awful list, because I root for their downfall the most until, you know, Patrick Mahomes is out. I love Travis Kelce though. Like, I think you guys probably are already picking up on where my team is going based off this list alone. I don't even have to explain it. You're already typing your comments down there about what team you should try predicting what it is, but we're getting there. Up next is the Rams. So I really don't have any quarrels with the Rams. They're good. It's like, okay, they go to the playoffs every now and again. I don't think they're in a tier that I should put them with bad. But I definitely would put them at okay. I like Matthew Stafford. I think he's kind of also running close to his end here. I don't know if he has one more year left in him after this year, but I would put them here. Yeah, I don't really have much to comment. Same thing with the Chargers. I see them not as the best team, but I also like the color scheme. Like, I'm gonna take into account the color scheme that I really like. The fact that I really like the blue and yellow, so I'm just gonna put them at good because of that. Because fuck it, why not? Dolphins. Okay, here's a good one. I've been like, when Tua Tagovailoa first entered, I was rooting for the Dolphins. Like, they were almost on the same level as the Bills for the AFC team. Like, I wanted them to win. I like Tua, but now they're at a point where it's like, okay, Tua, you are getting injured way too much every year, and we are already seeing what CTE is doing to professionals. Some of them are becoming murderers. Some of them are becoming Antonio Brown. Excuse me. So it's like, come on, man. Maybe this game isn't for you. And then you also decline to wear the head padding for, I don't even remember what his reasoning was. So I'm just going to put them at the okay tier. Like, I want to see Tua takes, some responsibility and understand that, like, he is in a very dangerous game, that he can hang it up and it would be okay. Dolphins will still be a franchise after, and maybe a quarterback will come in that's willing to take extra precautions to his own safety. All right, up next is Vikings. So my brother, he doesn't watch football, but he said he would choose the Vikings, and I don't know why. If he were to watch football, he doesn't watch it. So I'm like, I don't have any quarrels with Vikings. I also thought Sam Dalton did really good last year, so it's like I kind of want to root for them, but I don't want to put them in the good tier. It's like, if I were to, like, I want to put them up here. I want to put them in between the okay and good, like they're breaching the gap in between the two, because I think that's the best way to put it. Up next is the Giants. Similar realm. I can't stand the Giants. I can't stand how they handled our man Saquon Barkley. I cannot just stand them. I want to put them like right here, but I think I can organize these 4 teams any which way, and I would not care, So I'm gonna put them right there. I just can't stand them. I can't stand how they made freaking Danny Dimes one of the highest paid quarterbacks. I don't even think Danny Dimes is good. Like, that's the issue here. I just can't stand them as a franchise, and I can't stand some of their fans sometimes. Up next, which is ironic whenever it comes to my team. Up next is the Jets. So, like, whenever I say personal bias, like, I see that they're the underdog team, so I should put them right here. But I don't like the Jets. Like, I just don't like them. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that I don't like. I can't really explain it with them. So I'm just going to put them in the bad tier because I'm not praying on their downfall. But I definitely am not in a support. I'm not in any support like the teams in the 3 tiers above them. Same thing, or not the same thing with the Raiders. The Raiders are up next, obviously. I would say definitely they're in the okay tier. I just think they're doing a whole lot of, like, nothing. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. They got the best, tight end? Who's their tight end? Let me make sure I'm thinking this right. You know what? After a quick Google search, I saw that they had Ashton Genty, and I'd liked him during college. I thought he was really good during college. Obviously, he didn't win the Heisman, which is very disappointing. I think it's perfectly for me to say to leave him there just because I like the one player on their team. Up next is Seahawks. I like Geno Smith. I do. I want to see him improve his performance. I want to see him be better. I think I would just put them at the okay tier. They definitely aren't hitting... They aren't going to ever hit that prime again whenever they had the Stonewall defense. But I think I should just put them there. You know what? I'm going to leave them there. Up next is Tampa Bay. Now, I really liked Baker Mayfield whenever he was, Oklahoma that he was at. I'll look in post. I'll look in post if I messed up. I'm trying to keep it a little bit shorter. I would definitely put them at good because I actually no wait, it's Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady retired. What the fuck am I saying? I'm going to put them at good because I definitely root for them every now and again. I know whenever they first had Tom Brady, I definitely wasn't, but then he still won a Super Bowl with them, so I thought that was kind of crazy. You win 5 Super Bowls, 6 Super Bowls with one team, and then you win 1 with another team. That's kind of crazy. But now we're down to the last 2. And of course I'm going to be putting my fucking team at S tier at the top, baby. Holy shit, we are one of the best teams out there. I will say I love Jalen Hurts as a person, but I also love A.J. Brown. I love our whole team, man. Our whole team is freaking great on and off the field, and that's what I really like about our team. Our fans don't like them though. Like, had I not been an Eagles fan, they would be in the awful tier right with Cowboys. But I'm an Eagles fan, so I have to like my team, and I like our players. I don't like Nick Sirianni too much, but he's giving us wins, so I like that about him. I think he's a douchebag, kinda, because he freaking taunts fans and shit. But I don't like our fans anyway, so, like, sometimes you want to say, like, the fans deserve it. What else can I say? But I'm an Eagles fan, and we put belt to ass to Chiefs last year, so of course they're going to also be singing the awful category. Up next is Washington Commanders. Now here's a crazy thing. I really like Jaden Daniels. He's very old. Like, don't get me wrong, he kind of graduated late and he got into the league late. But, like, whenever it was coming down to last year when we were playing them, I was completely content with us losing to Commanders if they were going to be the ones to play the Chiefs. So I'm just saying, like, I kind of want them to go far. I kind of don't hate them as much as the other NFC East teams. So I'm going to put them, like, right here at good. Like, actually, I'll put them above 49ers. I'll put them above 49ers because they're in our division. So, like, if I'm representing our division, or if the team from our division is representing us in the Super Bowl, I'd want it to be Eagles first, Washington second. So I'm going to put them at the top of the good tier. And then if I want to go to the AFC side, I want Bills to always kind of be the one, because I think, you know, back in the 90s whenever they lost multiple straight, that was kind of disappointing. I feel for Bills fans, man. Unlike the Cowboys, who went multiple times in the 90s and they hold on to that shit to their fucking deathbed. Jesus Christ. Anyways, this is my tier list. I could probably make some adjustments, but I'm not, like, thinking about it too hard in the fact that like, where their positions are. Like, of course I'm gonna take into account, like, these guys in the top tier and the bottom tier, just because they're my teams. But beyond that, other than a few bridgers between categories like Washington to elite and Vikings to good, I'm not thinking too heavily on the positioning beyond that. So if you like this video, like I said, drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, whatever that may be. Peace.
Bartland Conquistador, Madman, Don Draper Dread, nothing I can't afford. Big biz, I'm doing fine. Off to shenanigans, tick tick, my wrist.